Welcome back to our Super Chats online with Yildiz Readings 5D. Yes, we do have them separate now. And I did want to go through a couple of things because there's a lot of confusion in the collective. We have the Super Chats that are actually hosted weekly. Now, we do have 3 different ways you can pay. Each question, only a question, is going to be paid via PayPal, credit card, or YouTube. So you can pay either way. Separately, we do have these 3 times a month, depending on if we have a longer month, obviously, we'll have an extra one. But one of them is going to be hosted through the members only. So if you do want to join those, you would then need to join the Members Hub at the very top level, and that provides you with the soul coaching and the Super Chat on that week. So that week, which is always on a Sunday at the moment, is going to be hosted via the members. So last week it was hosted by the members, and I was not live to the public at that time. Now, okay, first and best dress. So basically, whoever's on the list, try to remember that the Super Chats are separate to the premieres. So the premieres for the Twin Flame Path, we used to do the Super Chats via the Twin Flame Joint Connection. The Twin Flame Joint Connection now is premiered. It is pre-recorded because I do use a lot of energy in these channel messages. So I've kept them separate for that direct reason. So if you are unable to be there, what you need to do is to go to the next live Super Chat, or say on it Super Chat within the channel, and you can comment on that very video, and I will go via the accounts and look at them and provide them to the moderators. Giggle at the moment is one of our main moderators. I provide the list to her, and she gets the first and foremost of who was on the top of the list. If you do comment on another video, it does make tracking these down very difficult. So as I mentioned, I generally go through my PayPal and my credit card statements and look at who has donated. And the first and best dress notion comes. If you are unable to be there and you do not write, hey, I paid a Super Chat on that direct Super Chat week, it'll be rolled over. So I already knew that one particular member had paid for it, but I had gone into great depths of saying, we are doing this differently now, which it's very common. So it has gone to the top of the list for the very next one. If you are unable to be there, I will simply pull the energy and it will be what comes up if you haven't specified a question. So disclaimer to that. Separately, I'll give no legal, professional, financial, psychological guidance. I have to say that, and it's true. I can't take any responsibility for such. Seek a professional. Apparently, this is deemed as entertainment. Now, if you do want the perks in the Members Hub, we do have the pre-release star signs as a level. You get them a week ahead of the crowd. They're already out. Chat room is the next level. It's a very base level. The high activity chat room, which is video, talk, text, we interact daily. That's at the very top level. The other perks really relating to the actual perks within the members does need to be updated. So basically the first level star signs, chat room, and you get both of those. You get the higher up the level you go, you just get it all. Then you get the pre-release Twin Flames weekly, a week ahead of the crowd. So they're already into the following week, moving into the next month. The top level gets all of the bottom levels, but they also get bonus element reads for masculine and feminine and the coaching sessions, the video chat room, and in the dark once a month. Now, as mentioned, the premiere is held separately, okay? It's held separately. I know there's been some confusion, but it's held separately. It's because my brain was getting fried. And a lot of times people don't just want to ask about the Twin Flame Path, okay? So this gives you an opportunity that you can utilize the astrology, the coaching, the questions, the medium, for whatever you want to ask. Have we established that? And I'll probably be going through that and fine-tuning it each time we come live. So if somebody bounces on the video and they say, okay, who is this channel? What is this channel about? Hi, Dale. First and best dress. At a point through it, whoever gets on there, at the moment we have 8 individuals that have purchased a Super Chat. So we're going to get straight into it because it's going to be a long one. And again, if you haven't asked a question and you're not currently on here, Lisa, you're the first one up. I'm just going to pull the cards and I'll just channel the energy of what I see, okay? So in the order of what Giggle has put it up, I will chuck it on the screen in a moment. And we will get straight into them. So when you see your name coming up, get ready with your question. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull the cards. First and best dressed. Okay, and because the further into it, if I get tired, it's going to shut it down. So you want to get your super chat in ASAP. Otherwise, when, Giggle and I both go, okay, the bell's called, it's all over Red Rover. You can book readings on the weekend for those of you that want AMs. I have very limited spaces, okay? And it will be filling up each month quicker and quicker. So morning sessions predominantly will be on a Saturday and a Sunday. If that's the only time you can take, I do have video pre-release. I've got video recordings I can do for you. If you do want to talk to me directly, late afternoon, evenings I have, and I am in Australia, so the time difference can be a bugbear for those of you in America and other places. If you were needing then the mornings, which would be your evenings, I gather, that would be on a Saturday and a Sunday. Okay. Or a super chat. Oh, heck. Okay. Lisa, already got the karmic card coming up. So is Lisa in the house? You got the karmic up here in your read. You don't quite know what to make of this. You are thinking about it. You're wondering, okay, the feeling I'm getting is you're thinking, okay, you did what you felt was comfortable, but you also feel you don't quite know how to look at this situation, okay? But you do have the karmic individual. I always get this card as the karmic. Looks a bit moody. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. They just look a bit moody, right? Which really is the card of being quite centered. Yeah, it's not what I get from this deck. The person looks a bit moody. What have we got here? Okay, number one, I can see that this is something that's weighing quite on your mind. You're thinking about it quite a lot. You don't quite understand why you've attracted this energy. And it was quite funny because this morning, talked to a couple of soul members, soul friends that are quite spiritual. They have their own, hubs. And we were talking about cord cutting. Cord cutting doesn't have to be that the person is negative, but especially if there's a stagnant cycle, it can be that you are holding that vibration there unbeknownst to you. And, spiritually you're thinking about this and it's running you quite down, okay? It's really running you down. You don't know how to look at it. Like, that directly they may not be together. They may not be in a connection, but it sort of feels like spiritually, how do I explain it? You're looking at it, and to you it looks quite toxic. Like, are they separate, but are they together? How do I look at this? And you're trying to be balanced. You're trying to get clarity from it, but you feel like this is going to go on and on and on forever. You do feel a little bit betrayed. And, it's almost like you want to start that new beginning. But spiritually, there is a circumstance that's putting a pause on this. And it can be for healing and closure. But you do have the new chapter is coming. But there's this feeling that you're having towards this person. You could have, I've already started yours. So the karmic's showing up here, Dale. So you're thinking about it quite a bit. And it's funny because spiritually, what I'm tuning into here almost makes you feel as though, even though they're not together, it's feeling as though it's almost like cheating. It feels like they're it's cheating. It's like, well, why isn't that gone yet? And it's spiritually, it's still there, right? And it feels as though this is coming into your aura for a direct reason. You could do a cord cutting, but I'm hearing the term forgiveness. There's some sense of forgiveness here, and it feels like there is something involved here where you psychologically are feeling that you're not going to have your new beginning until this has transcended, this has ended. Do you get what I'm saying? It is showing that, in fact, you're going to. But spiritually, you're looking at it and going, I don't understand why this frequency keeps showing up, why this person is still here present, in this realm with this situation. And I'm hearing the term 2's company, 3's a crowd. But it does feel, yet again, I'm going to pull an Abraham Hicks card because It does literally feel like it's something to do with your closure. It's weird because it could be mirroring a previous situation. I don't feel this is a romantic connection. I feel this is a soul contract. That's a lot. You could be looking at TF as if they need to work it out. You got very similar cards to a degree. It's almost like, you could be looking at your love interest and be thinking, hey, they're just, going with the flow and they think everything's going to be fine. And you could be getting a little bit crossed by it. You could be looking at it and going, what the hell are you doing? Like, why do you keep doing this? And it's probably because of your own personal experience. You're looking at him saying, I've been where you've been. I would do it differently. It's not that you want to go anywhere, okay? But it's also you're in between two worlds at the moment. My guides are asking you that you must focus. Like, even though you may be looking at this individual saying, look, I really don't understand. I do get it, but I don't get it. It's weird, especially when we have a personal experience and we learn lessons. It was because of that lesson that you are the person you are today. And so to a 3D degree, it's almost that this is their lesson. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is their closure in the way that they're handling it. Yeah, and it's something inside of their aura and their experience that it's almost like you can't do that work for them. You can't reach that closure for them. So even if you could say from a perspective sense is that you can see a better way and you're trying to focus on that, it's very difficult because you kind of feel with the soldier down, you feel that part of your new story isn't happening as quick because they directly are investing in an old story that is cycling out. And also because of maybe your energy, you're wanting to protect them. You're not wanting them to, beat the head against the wall. They're going to do it regardless. Do you get what I'm saying? So spiritually, if it keeps being forced that this is what I've got to do, you can put it back on them. But at the moment, it's like you're looking at it saying, what the hell are you doing? But again, one of the hardest things for me to accept was that a person had a feeling for another energy. It didn't have to be romantic. It's like sharing a situation with a best friend. They're unwell and we're looking at it and going, but this person maybe has treated you really badly. So why is there forgiveness? Why is there helping? Why is there enabling? It is a choice, but it's also to do with that person's closure. And I feel this has to do with your twin's closure, but also when it does have a heightened energy inside of your life, generally it's to do with you as well. And that's why I did say last time, there is a contract here and it's showing you the mirror to a previous situation that you personally have been through. And many times we revisit these things and generally it's because we feel that it's healed and it's gone. It's like, okay, dust yourself off, you fell over. I'm moving forward now, but it is activating something inside you. You can do a cord cutting, but it's almost that in order to do that cord cutting, whatever power you feel that person has over your situation, you're releasing it and forgiving it. And it's the only way that it works really is you have to spiritually be, whoever that person was that you dealt with before that is mirroring this, you need to forgive and put that to bed. But you also need to then look at your twin or love interest and know that this is their process. You're not going to control it. You're not going, and believe me, I'm not judging here. Not controlling it, not judging it, getting that. The harder it is for that person, the quicker they will learn. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's a closure cycle. It is a closure cycle because we do have, the world here. It is going to close out. But you may have to really shift out of that lower vibration and just really focus very heavily on the end outcome, which is living in harmony, living in acceptance, living with a person who has gone through something that you've been through, where you can turn into each other then and go, we empathize and understand. We probably would never go through similar things to that degree again, but you're going to come out of it very, very different to who you are right now. It's heavy, but it's something that spiritually is being brought into your energy field together because it's healing that same wound. Does that make sense? And, you know, because if you're thinking it's never going to be, it's going to be forever. I mean, nothing's forever, honestly. Nothing is forever. But you keep feeling you have this, these false starts. It's like, we're going, no, we're not. And it doesn't mean you're not passing it. It just means through the ascension process, when you're struggling, those things repetitively come up till you face the shadow. Once you do, it just literally it goes within 2.5 and no longer is that a physical blockage. But your guides are asking you to really focus on the happiest energy, like where you want your life to be, how you want it to feel, and that this more so being a temporary situation. And they are making reference to this person is also here to heal you, okay? You're going to understand why because of what you went through, but this person is here activating the both of you to heal you for your future moving forward. But it does show that you are going to have your happy outcome. There is going to be a spiritual connection here that does go the distance. But at the moment, there's something that you're needing to face inside of this karmic contract, okay? Good. I try to talk in code. Okay, who do we have next? Okay, we have... Did we get the list correct? I didn't think she was next on it. I don't know. Twin and I were trying to read your names. Wait. Shashta. Oh. I'm just going to call you Queen. Or maybe you need to call me and you just need to hammer drill it into my head so that I get it right. Paging. Never get offended by me. I've lived in too many different countries and spoken too many different languages. It is not personal. What do we have with you? Oh, you got lots coming at you. First thing I heard was opportunities. Lots of different things coming into your life at the moment. Look, you could be away with the fairies with thinking about this person. It feels good. You may not feel good, but the energy feels good surrounding the situation with you and your love interest. I do feel also from a career progression, it's like I just keep hearing opportunities opening. That's okay, Lisa. Okay, so there's opportunities knocking. You're coming up. Your first thought is, yeah, we shall, let me see. Where do I find it? Banners. Create one. There you go. We'll put that there and she knows it's hers. Okay, so number one, you're coming through the gate, coming out as the Seven of Cups. Okay, so could you be in a daydreamy energy? I'm not feeling this as bad. The first thing I was shown is that you have all these really exciting opportunities, and it's almost like you're like, okay, which one do I take from? You know, Neptune also is associated with this. This can be in love. This can be, and I think you're coming to it with wisdom. Because when we, you know, theoretically, we can go through all these cups, right? And it's like, which one's poison, right? So you're trying to realistically look at things, but there's the fantasy energy. I do feel, especially moving into the following month, this is going to become, you know, it's coming through already. We're seeing some of these synchronistic events coming through. Number one I can see is there's multiple opportunities coming your way. There also could be people that are romantically connected to you. This could be your love interest that you're tuning into. It could be other opportunities, but you could be thinking about this person quite a bit. I also think they're thinking about you too. Their aura is becoming more open. They are returning to this vibration of who they used to be before. And, you know, in your heart of hearts, you are looking at partnerships, but your career also is feeling quite open, like the gate is feeling quite open. I do feel you're playing for keeps. So no matter what you're going for, you particularly in your own personal life, you've changed so much that you're having more tools at your disposition. And I feel as though you're very adamant and determined. And even though you might be feeling tired and a little bit down, I still feel what you are going for is gold. And I think it's going to do really well. But you also need to understand that if individuals are working with you, it's going to be easier. If we're forcing the pot, it could be that the door's not open yet. So don't force the issue. Allow things to flow naturally. It's going to work so much better for you because it's saying, you don't have to fight for this. What's truly yours is always going to come towards you. I do feel if there are individuals around you that are in conflict at the moment, they could be coming to you and bringing drama. You're going to have to protect yourself between now and next month with that. They could be having opinions. There could be insecurities. There are people around you that are quite jealous at the moment. So I would wear a crystal. This could be tourmaline. It could be citrine to protect you as well and to give you confidence. But I don't feel really you're lacking in that. But it does feel it's just going to protect you. Cord cutting especially, or an energy for your aura to be protected, because there feels like there's something coming in which is jealousy. You also may have not wanted to shine super brightly before, because anytime you did, particularly maybe somebody had an opinion or somebody was jealous of you and they kind of tore you from grace. I'm seeing like a circle energy. So this could be tribal family. I feel you're protected. I feel whatever this is in relationship to, that you are quite protected. Look, that people mean well around you. But sometimes what does tend to happen is the signature can come into our life to make us question where we are in our path. Now, that can be people, places, things. That can be our psychology. You particularly, I do feel this week might be going through a stage where you're saying, am I being delusional? That could be one way it could be playing out. I don't think you are. I think, anything worth fighting for or having in a passion sense is worth seeing through. We always get scared of failure. It's perfectly natural to be afraid of failure, but you do have a brand new chapter here. I do really think this person is thinking about you quite a bit, but I do feel people are interfering with your aura at the moment, and you've got to be careful. I'm hearing filter. Be careful what you're filtering and allowing. If it is affecting you, it's a deep-seated wound that it resides within you. And the reason it's triggering you is because it's already there. Do you get what I'm saying? Opportunities, as per se, I'm seeing a lot. I do feel journal them down, write them down. I also feel that whatever these doors that are opening for you are going to be positive, but to keep it real, okay? So don't keep your feet firmly on the ground with those things, and you're going to have more success. But also don't take on too much, because I just keep feeling there's new doors, new pathways opening, and it's really exciting. I do feel this individual is going to be part of it. I definitely feel this person is going through some changes at the moment. But, I feel they're becoming more open. So bear with it, see how you go, and just really protect your frequency. Okay, so we have Cosmic Journey next. Go back. Hi, Carrie. Well, I was going to come earlier, but then my daughter called me and it was like something else happened. So now we'll change it. And we will put hers up. Wrong one, Yildiz. I've gotten the back banner here, Leo Nix's nickname. I'll have to put that one up next, once it's hers. Okay, so we have Cosmic Journey, who could be asleep, but that's okay. We understand. Sending white light and love. Let's see what's coming through for you, doll. Oh, heck. Okay, yep, you need to do an aura cleansing, girl. Okay. Now, this could be your energy. This could be feeling run down, a bit gunky and yucky. Be careful with your food. There could be some feeling of being quite run down. Psychic attacks are possible. So again, I would recommend, like, and I've said this to you guys and the members especially, it's like, do a crystal grid. Really good time between now and next month to get the home clear. First moon we're having is going to be a full moon in Sagittarius. We're also going to have Saturn and Neptune moving retrograde next month, and I'm already feeling that energy. I'm telling you, I'm already feeling the energy of Pluto going back into Capricorn. And so there's going to be some dramas in those locations for us. What I do see for you, sweet, you're going to be like, what? You want to protect yourself. I would do a home clearing. You can use a guided meditation to recharge the environment, depending on your own personal spiritual beliefs. You can use crystal grids. You also, if you have been tuning into a karmic individual quite a bit, I would increase your fluid. I did put yours further back, Dale. So I've basically put it in the banner so you can actually backtrack and you can listen to the read. So for Cosmic Journey, the Devil card came up for yours. So could you be obsessively thinking? Could there be passion? Yes, but I was feeling psychic attacks. That's the first thing I felt, and it's affecting your aura. So with your aura, this could come down to headaches. It could come down to paranoia, feeling unsure and like everything is ending, that the power is out of your control. And again, we can get that way when we're fatigued. I've found that over the years, working as a psychic medium, especially learning to maintain my own energy, is that when we are run down, it can be either sick or we have an illness or, you know, we're just exhausted. Your aura is very small. And so have you ever noticed if you're having a really bad day and you tune into that and it's like you'll hit your toe and you're like, gosh, I hit my toe. And, you know, you've maybe damaged it and you're saying to yourself, I've got to be really careful with that toe. And then you hit it again and again and again. And you're saying, why is that happening? It's because the aura is attracting it, right? It's attracting it in because you run down and you vibrate and it hones it into that one area. So you'll have a lot of people coming at you and messing with you when our vibration is down. So spiritually, I do feel relating to your path. This could be really psychic attacks, headaches, issues coming in, feeling anxious. I would say clear the home, do a crystal grid. You can use tourmaline or onyx to protect yourself, and I'd keep it in the house this month. If you're going out, I'd wear it as well. Amethyst, yes, but I tend to say if your crown chakra is already open, I wouldn't do that. Because you're needing to recharge. I'd also check eating carefully and really honoring and listening to your diet and your nutrition, because I'm finding that your aura at the moment might not be attracted to certain food groups and it could be affecting it. There is going to be a change in this circumstance, but things are feeling very heavy. And I do feel this overwhelm. It feels like you've had a lot on your plate. You're burning yourself out, okay? A lot of stresses, bad patterns and habits coming up. You are ready, but you're thinking, you're probably thinking about the last reading I gave you. I don't want to have a fight to get that. And it's not that you're going to have a fight to get what you want. It's that whatever is true inside of you is always going to be revealed. Do you get what I'm saying? So nothing can ever be manifested that isn't real, right? It's another conjuring. It's like something that is vibrationally meant to be is going to be. So if that means a conversation, if that means, okay, you're very content with the way everything is, it will continue. But there is something to do with this karmic third party energy that is making you backtrack a little bit and rethink it. But as to your vibration, you are quite burnt out and tired. You may need to be getting a bit more sleep. There is a question mark over the karmic third party. And it's only because you have already become ready to move forward in life that this is now starting to become an issue, okay? You're unsure how DM is going to address that. Yeah, you're unsure. And so it's almost like by muting how you feel, if you're happy with the status quo and the way things are going, Sweet. But again, I would say protect yourself. I do feel you're a bit worried about the previous read and the conflict. Maybe that came through, that, you were thinking that that is going to come about. I do feel your whole intent with the both of you is to be together. But again, the karmic third party energy has come back up again. And it can be almost where, you're questioning this. This person's back up on the table again. And, you're looking at it going, is this going to be for a long time? Is there something that I'm missing here in the mix with this situation? You have a little bit unsure with this person of, if they even can, bring things full circle. Like, how will that be? Because you are aware of what the difficulties are. So this has caused an issue in your aura. But I do feel a conversation piece is going to come about. I feel you're going to sit with it for a little bit. I definitely feel you have been able to maintain your energy of late because you have been busy, but it's like universe now is pulling you away from that circumstance temporarily so you can do some shadow work. I hope that lands. But yeah, just do a guided meditation, upgrade your aura, clear your house a bit, sit with it, have a think. We're also always doing that. We're going from the 3D to the 5D. And sometimes when we're 3D, universe will kind of put a door in front of us. So we have to physically stop, and then we can directly check back in with ourselves and say, okay, all of those feelings and thinkings, is that still relevant to me at this point in time? Or have I shifted up a gear, and does it need to be something else now? You get me? Whoops. Giggle. Banner. Edit. Giggle. Giggle has been looking forward to this. I'm telling you, she really has. She's been like, oh, I just can't wait for this super chat. You got... yeah, look, it has. Oh, I'm telling you, I was glad to get to the end of May. I mean, April was bad enough, but then May came and I was like, oh, God, Mayday, Mayday. I did not enjoy the last 2 months. It was not fun. Not fun. Deep shadow work, looking at control, looking at wounds, looking at fear. Yeah, deep-seated work. You name it. Death, endings, new beginnings. And, change is necessary. Always on the other side of change, we feel it. But during it, we just don't. It just sucks. We have the joint connection premiered later, but this is super chats for whatever question you want. Yes, we do super chats weekly, and once a month we do it in the members. So in order to get that private session, people would need to join the YouTube membership. Okay, so we have Giggle. First thing I saw was the lovers as I was shuffling. So, yes, obviously it is in relationship to your twin. Whoa. You're like, how do I look at this? Oof. I really, when I do your reading, this card here, the Queen of Swords always comes up as you Giggle. I'm telling you. You're like, you better not be manipulating me. You've been checking into vibrations. You've been feeling a little bit like, am I seeing things clearly? Is there something I'm missing? You're frustrated at the fact that this person is quite goal-orientated in the financial sense. It's like, you're like, when are you going, it's a little bit like looking at your love interest and saying, when are you going to retire so we can have some time together? Like, you're going to retire one day? But it's so goal orientated. You're wondering if if there's a financial entanglement, if there's something going on that this person is directly dealing with, because it's something to do with values and money, right? There's passion in the heart space, and there's a lot of chemistry. But I would definitely say, especially to do with the twin flame collective, I did feel something in the last 48 hours, and it did feel almost like, not just in the twin flame path, actually, I felt an event of some description was coming. Spiritually, I feel you're tuning into that. So it can be some heart palpitations, anxiousness, feelings to do with the connection of something coming up. And then it was almost like, because you couldn't directly channel that energy, you were predicting the worst, right? So it could have been, okay, that's interesting. Is that the vibration of excitement, or is that the vibration of fear and something really terrible happening, like the person leaving you, choosing somebody else? It felt like it was giving you two, but it's also asking you to get back into your vortex and directly pick what you want that vibration to be, because I feel you were in two minds about it, because you were getting mixed signals, through your guides, okay? You've already had, it's funny how we fare the worst, yet the worst generally when we look at it. It's already happened. Why is that a good thing? As I said to a fellow Patreon who has their own channel, once a person uses the wound against you as a weapon, they can never use anything again. They've got nothing, right? So theoretically, the same applies inside your twin flame path. If you have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, didn't like the certain instances in the path, well, especially in those hurdle points, there's nothing really now that can hurt you. So there's nowhere to go but up from here. You're cautiously optimistic, okay? You do know it's a matter of time, but you're cautiously optimistic, okay? Because you're thinking, I don't want to curse this. I don't want to turn around and say, look, ultimately it's going to be fine. You know it will be. But you're being cautious about this, because you're like, I'm not going to curse myself. I'm not going to bring bad juju. I'm going to try and keep in my lane, because like the laws of attraction, you directly can attract these dramas. Something is going to be happening very quickly, and I think it's especially more so to do with that Venus retrograde. We'll be feeling that vibration. Okay, what is this to do with? My guides, what they're showing me so far is you're getting your downloads. You're having these feelings. Some of them can be deep anger coming up out of nowhere. On the opposite side of the spectrum, they're saying whatever this is, it's going to happen very quickly. I mean, you've even questioned if they're married. You're even like, are they married? Is there a financial entanglement? Because subconsciously you feel if you knew what the holdup was, then it would make it so much easier. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but not knowing is like driving you crazy. Okay, you're wanting to have some fun. Whoa. Okay, suggestion for action. What is the suggestion here? Okay, you're going to have to be a Libra. You're going to have to be a Libra and understand by your shadow work of what you went through. Some things were not meant to know. If I was perfectly honest, I remember thinking back years ago in my twin flame path, would it have made it any better if I knew some of those things? Not at all. And it was all about me in a sense of the context of releasing control, not having to know, because knowing would mean a job, right? You'd be like, oh God, now it's been shared with me. And now I feel guilty for having my own personal feelings. And it was like, no, unless that's told to me, I don't need to honor that. Yes, I can be empathetic and understanding, but I don't know what's going on with you. If I'm being open and transparent, I can only act from my own compass and, have the utmost of integrity as much as physically possible. And then if that person was to come to me and say something tragic or something terrible happened, well, I wasn't told, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but this is how I feel regardless. So they're asking you to pay attention to your aura of what you're wanting, but they're also saying don't personalize it. There is going to be an outcome. There is going to be justice, but this is about their spiritual path of what they're going through. You are going to hear from this person. Could you be more moody the next time around? There is a possibility, and that's not necessarily bad either. As long as you are coming from the axis of doing something because you choose to do it. We do have the marriage card as the outcome card. But your concern is this person's going, you do feel that there's a karmic situation going on. I'll be honest with you. You are looking at it going, okay, be it is a psychological thing from the past or it's a physical energy in that person's life. You're being defensive. You're protecting yourself. You've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt you like. And, if this person was happy, they would never talk to you. So honestly, you already know it's a doomed deal regardless, in truth. At a frequency level, you're trying to stay grounded, but you're not allowing anyone any longer to make you feel guilty for the personal choices that you want to make. And so you're going to be making some decisions on your own. You also would like the freedom to, I'm hearing the term freedom to speak. Yeah, it's like you want the freedom to speak to this person candidly. And there are some things that are festering there. If you were to get the toilet roll list out, it'd be pretty big. They are currently thinking about it right now. So even when they're working, they are thinking about this. They're unpacking things. They do look a little bit wrecked at the moment. They do look quite fatigued, actually, to be perfectly honest. They have been thinking about eliminating a job. And they are going to fight for you, and they are more defensive these days surrounding karmic energy. So, if they were to choose to go back into a karmic situation, I would say it would be more if they had a physical trauma, or it was like they had known that person for a very long time. It might be a wrap-up cycle. But I just feel they're really defensive where it does come to the karmic. So whatever that previous karmic energy was, it did do quite a number on them. But I also feel they're protecting themselves. They are directly protecting themselves, so they're more apprehensive to do with karmic. So that's a good thing too. You overall are trying to have blind faith. You are effectively getting back into a more balanced sense than you have been over the last 2 months. You felt that shift. You're trying to keep it there. The hunger also can be coming because you're physically having an upgrade, but there is, passion. There's love and there's passion, and, why wouldn't you want the both? Overall, they're saying, yes, it's them owning their power and being fair and understanding, and you requiring such. But it's not a bad read. It's not a bad read. Apart from the fact that you could be psychoanalyzing it like a job. Don't do that. They're not a job. They technically are. When it's like that, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Because we definitely look at it and go, what the hell is going on? Okay. Research clue. Let's see yours. Okay, probably take 1 or 2 more and then we'll close the super chat down. I will be doing some bits and pieces today. I've got clients as well. Like as a first and best dressed. Oof, honey, you have been in the thick of it. You are coming out of it, but you might need to protect your aura at the moment. You're psychoanalyzing your headspace at the moment. It's like, what am I fighting for? Why am I doing this? Am I being silly? You're tired, okay? Some of the things of a drama sense are more so existing also in some physical changes you're going through at the moment. Physical changes. And that's making you anxious. You like feel quite tired. Let's pull a chakra card. You feel very tired. You're like a bit pooped out. After resisting getting in touch with Twin 4-2, yeah. It's positive, doll. It's good because it's that ego that says, wasn't I the last one to call you? Things change every day. So, you know, if we were always told that, we're going to be keeping in stagnation. You can send it's called the white flag. But again, still know that it still will require, we can't go into the fairy tale energy. We have to go into the 3D and the 5D because the 3D is where the work's done. If that person's in a karmic relationship, which you know, if you know such, you also have to empathize that that's their process. And it's not that you're crazy. It's not that you're fighting. It's that you're waiting for that person to wrap a cycle up. You have a spiritual connection, right? There is going to be a tower moment. But also assess things. Understand that even though, you know, have empathy for the situation. That's basically what I'm saying. So there's the contract which can say, hey, I still reside within your space. I still think of you. Where are you at psychologically and spiritually? Do you get what I'm saying? So tread carefully, which I think is what you're doing, but just be really realistic on it. Communication is good also because it can spiritually support each other as you're going through those cycles. I do feel that there's things that you still are going through that you're trying to wrap up and end. But I also feel that, you know, you're going to get a gauge of where that person's at. I don't think it's a negative thing. It feels positive. I do feel there can be things of an injustice and there can be some updates that you give this person. Just gauge where they're at and how much to tell them. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Gauge how much to tell them. You know, if that person has to go through a separation and you say, oh, God, it was bloody horrible and it was this and it was that, you know, you do realize you're aiding their wounds and they're going to be going like, oh, yeah, that don't sound good. Maybe I won't do that. Because each person's, you know, path is different. It really is how they experience it. If you don't hear anything, disconnect. You've still sent the white flag. Know that it's a positive thing. Because I kind of get this feeling is that, you know, haven't heard from that person for a long time. Well, I've reached out. But if it does get to a space, he had already gone through it once and it was traumatizing for him. But again, with that, once we see it and we know that generally that's how it feels when we leave, it doesn't mean it's like that forever. After the fact, we generally look at it and go, why didn't I do that earlier? It's really crazy. So it doesn't mean that's the only signature that one has when they have to accept the fact that maybe a connection's over or a job's over or a family dynamic's over. It's like, it takes a moment, but it was already over before it started. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do directly see that they're in a different vibe. If they do go quiet, they're saying don't personalize it. Because whenever we get upset about that, that is us seeking outside ourselves. It's like, well, that person couldn't solve that problem for you as it is. So why is it triggering you? So just have that self-awareness and it's going to help you navigate that communication sense a whole lot better. I do think there's family-related dynamics going on their side, and it feels ancestor. It could be like a grandparent or something to that degree. I do think they're more open to communicating. I'll tell you that now. They are more open. I don't get a bad vibe. Yeah, see? Just pulled another card. Open. That's the throat chakra in the upright. I think it's going to be slow and steady. They're going to give you the guidance of how far you can go. At some point, I do see an actual telephone call, but initially it's probably going to be communication only via text, email, messenger. That's what they're saying. Yeah. They're different, though. Very, very different. Okay? Very different. I mean, you can empathise because they've been there, done that. I mean, the third party card has come up in the heart space. So you could be really worried about where this goes. I think you're being cautious, but just don't look at it as a battle. Just look at it as checking in, gauging where you're at as you're going through because I'm seeing a butterfly. I see a physical butterfly of change, and it feels like it's at the right place at the right time, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel negative, love. I do still feel there's going to be 3 significant changes that you're currently on your side of the fence already working through. You're going to make a judgment on those as well. And I think after you do that, you're going to be back in your power sense. You're going to be in the magician energy. That's when I see forward momentum. And they're making reference to a beach as well. I don't know what the hell they mean by that. They're making reference to a beach. Is that a particular location you shared with this individual? Was it something you planned? But they're showing me a beachscape. This could be somewhere you're going. Let's update the banner for the next one. Who do we have? Leo next. Yeah, so that beach space could have been something of, maybe it's like go to the sea and it's healing. It also could be a time frame relating to summer, depending on where you are. They were mentioning between now and next summer as a reference point. Slow and steady is good for me. I am also dealing with a lot. I live on an island. So, yeah, probably going there. Yeah, so they were saying the water, the things you're dealing with, it is going to ease up. It's almost like you know what you have to do. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think once you address those areas, it's going to get easier. And, some of those things that, because my guides are saying to me, there's been an avoidance of certain things. Once you address them, it's just going to be so lighter, so much lighter. You're going to feel so much better. Hey, love, I spoke to Masculine about my current health. He has gone silent. What were you hoping he would do? They're funny buggers, man, because as soon as they hear there's health, number one is masculines don't like facing death. I'm just telling you, okay? And it's not that you are. It's not that you are. But they're funny buggers. But they also at times can, just... Oh, okay. You're thinking that the only reason they want you is for passion. No. Other things are going on in their life at the moment. And, they don't tend to deal with health issues very well. I mean, you say to them, meet a Karen, and they're like, what? I am not putting them into a box. It was a joke. Don't take me seriously. Let's tune into this individual. I mean, I can't say I'm the healthiest at all times. Goals, passion, craving. Yeah, so you're just like, this person just wants me for hanky-panky. No. That comes down to us thinking that. And you're a Leo. You're attractive. Accept it. You should want that from me. It doesn't mean I'm going to feed you. It's okay to be wanted for that. But you also talk about other things. And, sometimes that's not going to be on the menu. Sorry. So if it triggers you, it's because you personally believe that. That's something more to do with you than them. It is generally. We're like, look, because it's the wounded healer, right? It's the wound. It's Chiron. It's well, gee, is that the only way you say me? No, it's permission-based. And it's like, well, you can think lovely thoughts about me all you like. I feel very honoured, but it doesn't mean to say that that is on the menu today. Yes. And you can say, well, yes, that would be a lovely notion, but I currently am very unwell. And see, that's where, and it's funny because it's the sacral chakra, which is the sacral chakra for us, right? This is how ironic our chakra system is, which is like a pyramid. So you get the base chakra and you get the sacral chakra, and we have the Scorpio eclipse, right? And in our aura, in our chakra system, I did say feminine issues, like with this part of the body here, which is the organs, the fertility, and things like that. This isn't medical. This is just what planet relates to what is that location, right? So it was very common that a lot of people would have intimate wounds come up, which is okay. And because look at it like an exchange, it's like a financial exchange, right? Because it's currency, it's vibration. And so when that has been wounded in our childhood, maybe it could be somebody said to us at a point, it was like, you have to be the giver, not the receiver. And so that part of the body can become out of alignment. So it can start having issues, or it can be blocked. You can go from 0 to 100 in anger because it's the sacral chakra energy. So your solar plexus and your sacral chakra need to be balanced, but also those triggers will come up with that individual at this point in time because they're out of balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the way you're going to relate in your vibration towards that person is from that. It's from an unwell chakra system that is out of alignment and imbalance. So you're going to be hormonal. You're going to be over emotional. You're going to go from giving your power away to attacking vibrationally. Just be aware it's because the pistons in those two chakras are out of alignment. You can use citrine. You could use, look at the orange chakra, and especially if it's being letharged and like you're feeling just deep down, I would say eating the orange food groups, eating meat, eating yellow food groups like lemon, and that can help balance it. But if it's overactive and aggressive, keep away from them. If it's underactive, eat them to bring that vibration up, and do some meditation in those two areas. Do it one at a time. And then you're going to find that transaction between you and that energy that you're communicating with is going to flow better. Okay? Because we attract it like a magnet. Like I said before, we stub our toe and we've got to be careful with that toe, and we stub it again and again. Why? Is because a point in that is damaged, so we don't have the aura protecting it, so we attract those dramas. So if you have particular subject matters coming up, it's almost like the wounds are hidden in the chakra system. So you will attract those in a karmic sense in your life. And we had the moon in Cancer for a while now. Was it the moon? We had Venus and Mars in Cancer. So the last few weeks was pretty vulgar with emotions. Then it was moving through, I believe, Libra, Virgo, Scorpio. We're moving towards, by about 3rd and the 4th of June, the moon will be moving towards Sagittarius. And that's going to be religious beliefs, spiritual gurus, celebrities, singers. We saw Tina Turner pass. So like I said, the transits are already playing out. Let's look at some cards for you. So heal that. And it's funny because that out of alignment chakra can be from overeating to undereating. Imbalanced chakra. Yeah, but never do all 7. And there's more than 7. Never do them all in one hit. Work on one first, and you can purge. If there's a blockage in it, you can do energy work. You can clap your hands till they get hot, rub them together, and you can actually place your hands in that area, and you can remove that vibration from your body. There's lots of different ways, but yeah, food, crystals, being aware of it, healing it. You know, embrace the fear, embrace the wound. So have love for yourself for feeling those things. Do I feel that person is just kind of detaching almost? Why do they do that? spiritually, because if we talk about something a little bit more serious, then that would mean that they really care, and they do, but they don't like to let people in. Why? Is because they were going through their own clearing relating to a loved one who passed, and so you are re-triggering that re-wound. Okay? So, again, you guys are the mirror to each other. Twin flame path. And the fight and the conflict we usually have, right, is thinking it's happening to us. No, it's happening to both. Okay, you're like, what's the hold up? Everything was great. What happened? Everyone went through it. Okay, again, making reference to the party. It went a bit quiet. You were like, did I do something wrong? Was there something I said? Am I seeing this incorrectly? You tried to keep grounded through it. Right, you did. And then you felt like, okay, well, when is this moving forward? Then you started becoming unwell, right? Stress came out in the organs. It was already there. I told you, Scorpio season uncovers things. So that Scorpio eclipse uncovered things that were hidden, which can be trauma or a 3-day circumstance. Now, they're asking you to remain in your high priestess energy. Take some time to heal yourself. Take some time to, you're protecting your aura. So don't just think that because that person has requested to come over and have love, it was maybe an excuse to get in the door, is that they don't. Because what the cards are showing me here is that person does, but it's okay to say no. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to, somebody that truly loves you, you can go through fights, disputes, all the rest of it. They're not going to leave you. So don't feel guilty that you were like, look, Barley's, I'm not well. Yeah, you're like, I feel a bit on guard here. I'm being wise. And just articulate how that situation made you feel. All right. You might have wanted to really get to a point where you said something. If you can hold your tongue, it will do better. But express it when you see them in person. That's what they're saying. Wait till you see this person in person. And then, you got to let the person get in the door before you dump the trash. You know what I mean? Like, automatically, in a text message format, especially when you're re-establishing a bond between a person, if you are expressing all your distaste things through the text, they're probably not even showing up to visit because they already know they're in trouble. Okay? You don't negotiate with a terrorist. You wait till they're in the door. Then, like an adult, you say, hey, that made me feel some sort of way. What's going on? And get to the root cause. And that's going to work better for you than actually prematurely getting angry and communicating that where it can be lost in translation. Does that make sense? But I'd say talk about it. It never will. And I have warned you guys about doing that. If you had somebody, you've got to put yourself in their shoes. That's the mirror. That's the good thing about the mirror. If blasphemy is coming through that phone and they were trying to keep it sweet and easy, they're going to look at that and go, well, wow, man, I was just coming with it. Remember what I said? It's like we don't always know what's going on in another person's backyard, right? So you're presuming one thing, they're presuming another. It comes through. Then it's like we get triggered because we own our own triggers, that they belong to us. It's got nothing to do with another person. And then before you know it, it's two people communicating from a wound sense of their past, not actually being present in the moment. So it's better to get that text onto a phone call and then from a phone call to the person-to-person interaction. Because you can diffuse that situation there. You can't via a text. Things can be lost in translation. Tones. You don't even get tones in a text message. Even a person putting a laugh out loud emoji, a laughy face, if you're having a crappy time and they've misunderstood that laughy face could be taken as, I can't believe you are so rude and like almost, how do you not have empathy for me? Meanwhile, you don't know that they're deadly serious. And before you know it, they're not talking to you. Text messages can be lost in translation. So don't stress. It will reduce. The person's going to re-show and then you can address that then. Okay? Well, they did just lose a parent and then lose you too. Great. Fantastic. Okay. Who do we have next? Cha. I just had this song in my head, and it was for Cha. My cat. I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm coming in here. I now have a washing machine that doesn't rattle like a bloody aeroplane taking off. And I'm thinking, okay, my cat has started. I'm going to have to let her out. So how many do we have? We have Cha, Twin Flame, LP, Marie, Stella, Gary. Are you going to sleep yet, Eagle? Hi, Cha. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm hearing hair and makeup. I don't know what they mean by that. Are you changing something? Yeah, and you know what? My twin actually chose it and purchased it. And he didn't ask me. He's like, this is what we're getting. So I've been telling everyone. Now he's buying all. He goes, I'm telling you, Yildiz, it's not going to become a habit. I'm not buying all the white goods. I know, what are you talking about? Like, forget the white goods. It was like certain things he actually has chosen and purchased. He's like the gadget guy. You mess with a man in the sci-fi system? That's okay, Leonix. Yeah, mission. He's Tarzan, I'm Jane. I just do what I'm told, man. Yup. I haven't slept in 48 hours. I'm good. Me too, man. I tell you, I watched 3 or 4 movies last night. It was the bomb. So, okay, Cha, I just heard this song in my head. I don't know who this is. Last time when I shared a song, did it actually come through as I was sharing it? I think because, come on, I've got a hair who sings this song, but have it on mine. This is really weird. Quaid City. Is it Quaid City DJ? It's so drive by train. Come on, ride it. I think the train. That is the first song that, and like last channeled message, it was really. Cha, I usually don't get songs for you, but yeah, I've got a song for you. So I'll grab the link. I'll kick the cat to the curb and she can go outside. No harming animals. Yeah, the Cranberry songs. Okay, so this is for you. Hi, Lisa. Yours is at the very beginning, love. And I will be back in 5. And I'll just chuck the members perk up. I'm going to get rid of this cat. Well, she's just going to keep screaming at me, really. Yes, I think it's rather funny because I had a refrigerator that went on the blink. And then from there, it was, I was really paid because I'm like, it's only 3 years. It's only 3 years. I said, I was going to replace my washing machine. I wasn't going to replace my, no. So Twin purchased it, and it's like a front loader slash top loader. It's got no agitator in it. It agitates it with air in the bottom section. So it's 12 kilos. It's quite large. So Char, let's have a look at it. Yeah, so that song, Char, came up for you. That's interesting. Like, what a song, really. It's kind of random. Oh, you wanting to go out and party. Is there a social event you're going to? Because I've just noticed the celebration card. Is there a social event you're going to? Because I've got a feeling somebody's going to try and hook you up. We have you coming through as the queen, as the high priestess. I feel a party. I think there is an event coming. Um, you overall and your vibration is feeling pretty good. They're also saying stone hide. I don't know what reference that's in association. What does it mean? Yeah, this is like a barbecue though. This feels like a barbecue or a gathering or a birthday. Like it's going somewhere. It's a gathering of some description. Was there somebody there? Was there a celebration after? Because yeah, it just feels like there's some sense of introduction to somebody. Or there could be somebody that really likes you on the phone and you're trying to keep it purely platonic and no one take it elsewhere. That's what they're making reference to. That could be the train. The train feels like a party. There's a synchronistic message, I would say, in that. Um, yeah, no, this is going to be a huge tense event, probably in June. I do believe between June, yes, June, June, July, May, is it working on this side? Did it go off again? Thank you, YouTube. Really? Can you hear me now? That's really weird. I don't know why it does that. I think it's technology personally, Jupiter and Taurus. Now that it's next to me, can you hear it? The only other thing I can do is swap the mic. What about here? That is actually the camera audio. Give me a heads up if it works, otherwise I'll have to come back. Okay, we'll work through this. So, Char, you have at the moment, it's YouTube. Mm, just my name. Hi, no, still not working. Oh, back again. I can't do anything about it. All I can say is I reconnect it again. If I unplug it, it's gone, and we have to do the whole stream again. So I have reconnected it. Hopefully, it's working. I'm scared to move the mic. I didn't even touch the bloody thing. And ironically, it always works better when it's turned away. So I'm just going to try and leave it alone, or you won't hear me. I didn't even touch it. I only put the banner up. YouTube. Okay. So, Char, what you have going on is A, listen to the song. It's going to have a synchronistic message for you. I do feel they're making a reference to a party that you're going to go to, and there's going to be a surprise introduction. And I also feel there is like this, it's like your reluctance to shift, but they're also making reference to the fact that you're avoiding certain streets, you're avoiding certain locations that maybe you think this person lives at. They're also asking you to lower your guard and to be open to doing things a little bit better. A little bit better, I'm reading the thing, a little bit different. This person is going to have the strength to come towards you, but there are going to be some relationship opportunities there. Yeah. You do want, I'm hearing the term justice. You're wanting justice. Yeah, you're wanting justice. But they're saying that's an element of your healing. I still feel you're gonna hear from this person. But I think it's something to do with your vibration at the moment that they're asking you to look at something different. There is a doorway here for you. There's a choice, there is a choice between two paths presented to you. Yeah. It's going to be up to you what path you choose, but I do think you're gonna have an introduction with somebody. They're saying go out. Don't feel that you need to hide, especially if you accidentally bump into them. Don't worry about that because they're saying that's theirs. Let that go. Be open. I also feel they're asking you to try and do something different. I want to call an animal totem card because they're wanting you to do something different in the way you're handling this. Yeah. See, in the way you're handling it. I saw the light go off just then. Oh, bloody computer. I'm going to close the windows down. Let's go back into audio. Lord have mercy. Audio. It's saying the audio is working. Working? Okay, we better be quick. Okay, so it's asking you to do something differently. It's also saying, like, two things are coming up, okay? One thing is being said is don't feel that the only way that that person can communicate is him communicating with you, okay? It could be, in fact, is that the white flag may need to be sent. And it doesn't mean to say you're saying that everything is perfect and it was okay what happened, but a reach out, a check-in, okay? It's like, okay, I've lowered my swords. Because, sometimes when the person has been the perpetrator, they need to see like a white flag so that they know that you're approachable for a renegotiation, an apology, or whatever that be. But my guides are basically saying to me, there is a potential that you may need to be the one to communicate. If both of you are being stubborn, they're going to throw you together. That's how universe is going to be. But they're also saying that you're tuning into, do I just move on with another person? And they're saying, be careful what you wish for because you're going to attract it in. And like they say, you effectively do have two paths here. And it is going to be a choice what you choose to do. And it's also saying you have the power within you. You have healed, right? You have the power within you to choose how you deal with these two situations, right? And they're saying sit with that for a little bit and work out, how you want to address it. I'm going to try and not touch the table. And I am going to get this banner off. Okay, and go back to the chat. So we have Twin Flame LP. I'm going to try and put these cards on this table so gently. I might actually get a separate table for the microphone. I used to have it hanging over. I noticed the light go out and I've turned all the other windows off, so the streaming's okay. Who knows? Duck knows. So who do we have now? We've got Twin Flame Love Potion. Been a busy morning. I'm surprised. Feel free to chat in the room and tell me what's been going on with all of yous. So how'd you like April and May? Was it great? Is it going to be better next month, Yildiz? Yeah, I'd say. Different. Okay, so Twin Flame Love Potion, you're thinking about this connection. I feel you're having two vibrations at the moment with this connection. You may already know everything that's going on in that person's life. Whomever was that person, it's been gross. I hated it. I was like, I'll just get all I pictured was row the boat. And it was like, yeah, man, it was gently down the stream. No, it was slow. I was just like, okay, wait till that very end of this month and we're going to be able to dodge to a degree. And we're just going to be like, after that, it's almost like you've had so much crap, just everything's just crumbs, really. So there's jealousy here. I feel this could be a jealous ex. I don't feel it's your vibe. I don't feel it's your vibe at all. This could be a jealous individual that has been linked to your person of the past. Yep, they feel jealous. So have you been getting many? Look, your individual you're tuning into, TF, they've got a drama around them at the moment. So they're quiet, like they've got a drama, but they're being protective. They're just being careful. There is a person who they deal with that is quite a drama queen. You've been having your own personal situations going on. This could be in business or other. Is it not working again? I'll just keep going back to the settings. It's working on my side. Okay, so yeah. Look, I am picking up that them on their side, they're going through some shifts. There is a person that is quite drama around them. They know who it is. They know what it's like. They're quite jealous. I also feel in business you might need to be careful, love, because there does appear to be somebody maybe that is really close to you that's very jealous and causing a bit of issues. You might have maybe shared paths or shared history with the path and you felt spiritually that you were quite in sync. Haven't heard from him in 4 to 5 months. Yeah, but you get psychic attacks, so you're always in communication, really. You know, be it you know it or not, a lot of your patterns will actually play out when you're away from each other. This individual around you at the moment, I wouldn't say, look, outcast them, ditch them, or any of that. Just be aware of how much this person can take, because I feel there's a bit of jealousy. Okay, so there is an individual around you that has some juju for you. Even though I feel overall your vibration is more going to attract good things towards you because you're, how would I put it? You've done some work on yourself, and I feel, how would I put it? I can't say you don't have your days. Let me put it that way. you're cautiously optimistic, right? And you're also, maybe because you have the information of a twin flame path, you're rowing the boat, right? You are playing for keeps. You do have opportunities coming in. This person, however, it could be somebody that's very, very close. I feel as though this could be a work colleague. It could be another spiritual channel. There's a little bit of juju there. You may not even know this person, but I'm seeing a person who's close by. So it does feel it's a person who's close by. I do feel your TF has gone through a change. I don't know why they're making reference to sleeping on the work couch. I don't know if they just eat, sleep, work. You know what I mean? If there's a reference of work at the moment. Spending a lot of time at work, maybe sleeping on somebody's couch. I don't feel they're broke or anything to that degree. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel that. Yeah. He's doing that because he's actually avoiding like cutting cords with certain situations, but it's also the same principle of meditating. Do you know what I mean? So I don't actually see I don't see a karmic around. I do see the person spending a lot of time at work. So it could be that they're already broken up, or it's just spending a lot of time maybe at work, on the couch, workaholic. They're coming out of that though, because during the time they actually are thinking about, the connection with you. But there has been a lot of work. And I think both of you at the moment are going through those changes. I feel so. I do think that it's coming up in the cards that while at work and, having that fatigue level that they're actually thinking about you. And they're actually saying to themselves, gee, I need to come up for air. I need to actually, how do I put it, reach out and communicate. I don't feel they have any angst towards you either. It's up to you. It's up to you. Trust your instincts. So who do we have next? We have Marie. Hi, Marie. Can you tell me about my DM at the moment? I don't get anything. When they're quiet, it's because they're doing an upgrade. I do feel between now and July, there's going to be a huge shift with the TF Collective. It did go very quiet this month, mid-month. Okay. Okay, there could be Marie, there could be a document that they're currently dealing with. Could that be like a contractual document or something icky? Yes, it could be. This could be a divorce or alimony or legal document. They're casting a critical eye on a karmic situation also. They are nostalgic of you in the past. I'm hearing the term the one that got away. Like they are thinking back to you. But there's a cutting of some sort of I feel if there was an ending in their life or a path, they had to take a moment. All right? They had to take a moment. This person is very protective of themselves at the moment. Have you text messaged, Marie? Have you messaged anything at all? Because they're actually making reference to that as a point. So I have to ask. Yeah, has there been any communication on your side? Have you actually reached out? So have you been like weighing the scales? Because there's a lot, many of these cards are making a reference point to you communicating. There might be something in the context of that communication that you had and what was written that you need to go back and reread, because you may know how that person would directly relate to that communication, but it depends on the context of what was said. But they're definitely making a very firm standpoint on go back and reread what that text message was and maybe how that person received it. I don't know what they're making reference to in this. Because you today may reword that text message so very differently to what was written. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that the context or anything is wrong. They're just making reference to it. You would know. I'm just the messenger. But they're making reference to what was written. Was it a lovey-dovey juju, or was it you did this or you did that? It depends on the context. I don't know what they're making reference to here. They are making reference to a previous. Are they in a karmic relationship? Do you know if they're in a karmic relationship? Because I see a divorce here. I see a separation of a severing of a contract of some description. Very neutral. At this point in time, whoever they've dealt with before, I feel was really pushy. This also could be a reference point to around the time that you did message that whomever they were dealing with or with would text message quite frequently, and it was quite toxic. Yeah. Because there is somebody that in the past had messaged this person and it was very aggressive. And they're making reference to that. At the moment, they're going through a change. They're going through an upheaval and an ending. It does feel very heavy. So you could be picking up on some of that this week, right? Maybe even into next week. If it feels very anxious and very OCD, obsessive, it's their vibration. It's not yours. Especially if you're not, you'll always notice if it's somebody else's, because you've been thinking about somebody and then your whole demeanor changes. It's usually not your initial aura. You've just happened to pick up on that vibration. That's one key way that you can actually pick up it's another person's energy. Whatever they're dealing with this week, I'm just telling you, it just looks really messy. It looks overwhelming. It looks like a toxic waste, like a toxic mess. That's the word, mess. So yes, but they know they're going to come out of it. So I just wouldn't personalize it right now. It's like they're going into battle. They're going into war to deal with this toxicity of what they have to deal with. So do expect that you can feel triggered. Do I feel the person's angry at the moment? Yeah, I do. I think somebody's pissed them off. So would it be the best time to text message that person? Probably not. I think they're in a pickle, and I don't think they're in a pickle with you. Just being true. Okay. Dawn. So whatever that is, that's I'm glad I'm me today. Let me put it that way. For now, touch wood. For now. Okay, so we have Dawn. Oh, Dawn, seriously? Why do you do it to me, Dawn? Now I'm getting songs for you. I always get really quirky songs for you, Dawn. I mean, what was the last one? It was really old. Okay, I got two messages. One is look after your wellness. So it could be a synchronistic message. If you want, again, I can't give you medical, but I mean, who was it who sung this song? It was Olivia Newton-John. It was Let's Get Physical. And I was like, what the? Like I said, girl. Yeah, Pussycat. my God, when I wanted to test my partner, right? So when I got that song, and it was like, who sings it? Tom Jones, Pussycat, I got for Dawn last week. And I shared it in the members. We were just killing ourselves laughing. So I've turned it on, and it's so, those songs are so old and catchy, but there's always a synchronistic message. And I was like, where the hell? I haven't thought about that song in ages. So it's not something of a reference point right away. I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I started singing it, and then he started singing it. And he called me a sod, and he said, good on you. Now I can't get it out of my bloody head. So that Let's Get Physical. Yeah, it feels a little bit dirty, the song, but at the same time, it could be the way they sing you. It could be the fact that you're very busy, you're getting things done, but I'm also feeling, looking after your health, making sure that you're in awareness of your body and your organs and that, okay? Okay, you're trying to be rational with things. You probably calmed down. Have you noticed you calmed down? You do know we're going to have a new moon in Gemini next month. Don't underestimate Geminis. Okay, lots of wounds come up during the month, right? But you are moving away from it. If you're holding on to it, it's a grudge. Do some heart chakra clearing, because we're going to have Venus moving into Leo, but again, it's heart chakra. It's healing of the heart chakra. I don't know whether I'm tuning into the here and now or the future, but I don't feel it's so far away, because spiritually it feels like you are in a good vibration. Okay. If you haven't got to that, I'd be really surprised, because I feel you're in a good vibration. Do I feel that your TF is having a hard time? I do, but I feel they're pulling out of it. I feel you're inspiring action. They're a little bit bored at the moment in their life. They're not too, they're a bit more detached from the karmic as well, which you'll start noticing more so, because when you detach from it, they detach from it. They are coming out of it, but you're very focused. You're very driven at the moment. So this is with your mind, body, soul. That's probably why I heard the Olivia Newton song. It's like, let's get physical. You're just wanting to do things in high vibe. You're wanting to prioritize your body, your soul, your life. And there's a lot of excitement that's coming in towards you. You're actually making people now more accountable of their shit. Okay, you're handing it back to them so they can actually carry it, and you're not so you're probably going to start feeling lighter. Does that make sense, Dawn? This person's more wanting to be around you now because you're so busy. Yeah. What are you doing? Where are you going? How are you? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is helping those individuals ascend, but it's also helping you keep out of Dodge. They're wanting to be around you all the time. They're like, they're leaving me behind. But not in a bad way. You're still present. Do you know what I'm saying here, Dawn? I think what you're doing is correct. If you're picking up on anyone's energy, I feel you're compartmentalizing, but you're also choosing now, is this going to help or hinder? And I think if you look at that, it's almost like you're not carrying extra luggage onto the airplane. So, you can actually fly better. You're going to feel better. This is with people, places, and things. This is with your work schedule. This is with your twin. And I think because you're doing that, people are getting the boundary. People are getting that they can't do that to you. It's like water off a duck's back. So you're going to be inadvertently teaching them without needing to be the teacher. Does that make sense? By the end of June, those individuals are going to see the value of who you are, and they're going to be carrying their own stuff. Okay. But I do feel at the moment, your twin's fully intrigued by you. I had been more, but disappeared the last few days. Yeah, they're going to come back again, love. There's some caper going on with the karmic. But again, because you're not getting involved in it, you're just listening. If the karmic says anything about you, you're like, that has nothing to do with me. You guys make your own bed. I have my own box of dramas to deal with. That's about you. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do think they're coming out of the woodworks again, but I do feel they're quite run down. Okay. Yeah, and last few weeks has been pretty quiet anyway. So if you did get communication, you're pretty lucky, especially over the last 2 months, because we're like wrapping up cycles, ready to move into that new one. Yeah. So we're all going to be having this reactivation very, very soon. So embrace the quietness while you can, because it's not going to stay that way. So we have Stella and then Kerry. Whoa, Stella. Okay, you bit down, my love. You're like, I don't know what to do, Yildiz. 2 situations. In one way, yes, because your vibration changed. I told you, Dawn. We always think we've got no power in it. It's 100%. It's all a vibration. You're like, I'm just detaching from that wound. And then bang, everything just harmonizes. You're like, really? Yep. Okay, so in one hand, Stella, you want to stay where you're working. In another, you don't. You're in 2 minds. You want the peaceful, quiet life. You just want to give up and just, sip pina coladas or something. The other, you are trying to moderate things, balance things out. You're coming a bit more into balance, but you still feel a little bit run down. So you see the pros and cons of both choices. You see the pros and cons of, how would I put it? If you are to remain living your life in the fashion you are, you ultimately would like to rest at some point. On the other hand, if you had to upheaval everything, you're wondering how that would go. But really, it does look like you need a little bit of a holiday. And I think you're wondering how that holiday is going to go, how that transition is going to be. Yeah. You could be hearing also gossip at this time, all right? But again, you're keeping your tongue, you're listening, you're receiving information. You're trying to be patient with things. They are saying big changes are coming. They're saying also, okay, it feels that what this is right now is not what it's going to be in about 3 to 4 months' time. All right. So even if you feel physically things are a bit stagnant and ho-hum, they're not going to be like that much longer. You have been very, very patient. You've been waiting patiently. I do feel the karmic is still very jealous of you. Sometimes she really wants you to give her a reason for her to hate you. It irritates her. She finds that you're very nice. Twin is in hermit mode. Okay? They're thinking about you. They're beating themselves up a little bit. Why did I wait to this age? That's what they're saying. They still want it. They do think about how it would affect you. Are they Cancerian? They're making reference to July. So this could be somebody's birthday. This could be an ending and a celebration. There's a key point date. It's surrounding a celebration, but I'm being told birthday. July, celebration, travel, a change. So it's between July and Christmas, his moon. Okay, yeah, because they said, I just kept hearing Christmas in July. Then they know after that something's got to give. Something has to change. I feel they will feel more charged if they hear it from your mouth, and it could be that they do ask you, of our age, where we're at. Are you up for that? It feels like they want to have a talk to you about it. They want to gauge where you're at, whether you have the energy, courage, conviction, and so it's going to be readdressed. They're looking forward to seeing you. They're quietly excited. They're looking forward to it. They feel pretty tight though, okay? As for you, you're like, I need a holiday. I need a holiday. You're umming and ahhing about work at the moment. Yeah. So I think after that, you're going to have some key information that is probably going to give you some more clarity about, where you're going to go and what you're going to do. You know what I mean? You're going in July. Okay, we have Kerry. Well, I'm glad you're seeing a different side of him, Dawn. That's a good thing. Oh. Okay, first thing I heard for Kerry is pay rises, fun. Something to do with celebration. You're going to have some social events to go to. Oh, so they're saying social event. There is a particular event. You're like, I don't know if I want to go. You're thinking about it. You're like, do I, don't I? Do I do the righty? Is it what integrity holds? I actually think also you're going to bump into your blast from the past very soon. Something's changing in their life. It's going to happen very quickly. I feel this is an ending with a karmic. This person's already planning their exit. You got a party to go to. You're on the fence about it, Kerry. You're like, do I, don't I go? This feels almost, and I think you're going to have several social events, but this is whoever this person is, whatever this party or this celebration is, I was going to say, whatever their demeanor is, my love, when I said parties, it was like, no, the party. So it felt that they could be like what they would call classy, on the social ladder. And so as far as they're concerned, it's the event of the year. You're meditating on, like, you have the ethics and morals and you're willing to, do things that are correct. You're in two minds about it. You're like, I haven't made up my mind yet. Like, you might be still going, look, I'll do the righty, I'll show it with bells on. But a part of you also was like, I don't know if I've completely, yeah, it's like you're looking at it going, I don't really know, crying over spilt milk. It's like, will I? I don't know. I'm not sure. So you're sitting there with your wisdom as the high priestess, and you're in two minds. You're like, this person, you're actually, look, you are focused on wealth, and I do feel you are focused on a pay rise. There is a potential pay rise for you. You're noticing patterns of people who used to be in your life and who you're exiting out of your life. You may actually notice that your TF also did the same and had the same going on. It was like where you worked really hard and you attracted people into your life, and they may have projected towards you, but trying to see what they're trying to show me here. Okay. We have a pending partnership here, but I really do feel you're going to bump in to your TF. Your family members are having opinions of what, I don't think your mum as much. This could be tribe, it could be friendship groups. They could have opinions of what your relationship sector should look like. It's more to do with who will look after you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, just closer to the events, right? Like if you just go with the flow, only do what you want to do. You know that the person's gone through, they've changed a lot. That's what reference they're making to, because the card's actually a 5, which means change, a lot of change. They've changed a lot. There are these big changes happening with people around you where you used to feel it was about you. You're actually realizing it's more about them. Well, because it sort of feels, I'm being cautious about how I say it, because I don't know, you know this person better than I do. It could be a few things. Is the person chained to money? Because they're also making reference to your twin as well, in a sense of a separation and what the money would be through a separation financially. You could be tuning into that and wondering, are they going to be okay? I also feel this friend that's getting married, are they getting married for the right reasons, or are they getting married for financial reasons? Is it the party? So this could be something you're thinking, but it's definitely come up in your cards that there's something to do with the wedding or the ceremony. And I don't know if there's a prenup or something to that degree involved. It feels a little bit dicey at this point. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Overall, for your energy, they're making reference to the fact that you're going to hear some gossip through the grapevine. More is coming, and it can be in. I feel this is going to take you by absolute shock. This could be in the next 3 months, because energy is pretty fluid, but it feels quite close to me. This could be where they actually separate from the karmic, and you actually hear that through the grapevine. But you are going to bump into them at some point. I also do feel with circle of friends around you, you could hear that they have relatives that are becoming unwell. I don't necessarily feel passing, but I feel unwell. You could be hearing things through the grapevine. But ultimately, I think it's going to take you quite as a surprise. It's almost like the karmic relationship is there, then bang, it's gone. That's what I'm hearing. As for the party and your financial abundance, have faith in yourself. They're saying you're going to have a lot of wealth coming your way. And it's almost like once you accept that, in some shape or form, it comes into your aura in some way. Does that make sense? Okay, my loves, have a great week. Feel free to comment on the videos. I might jump in and answer a few questions on the masculine, feminine, and karmic. And as I mentioned, we do have the members for the pre-release content. You get all of that, and I'm live in there. I do talk in the chat rooms quite frequently when I'm not live on the main channel. The super chats as well. I can't give you financial, legal, medical. I can give you your chakra updates and things like that, and spiritual guidance and support. The super chats can be paid in several ways, and I only answer one question. At times, I really do go over that, but theoretically, it's one question, and you can pay in 3 different ways. Now, the super chat sessions, as I mentioned, during the month, it will be weekly. You will see the week, and I usually will put a community post saying, okay, on this week, on a Sunday, we are going live only in the members, not on the main page. So if you were wanting to join those in the dark super chats and coaching session, join the top level. You get all of these perks here, everything that's listed here. Each time you go up, you get more and more and more. So the top level gets all the star signs a week ahead of the crowd, a chat room, all pre-release twin flame videos, coaching sessions, element reads for the masculine and the feminine, in the dark super chats, like you name it, they get it all. Okay. Weekly content, daily chats. Take care. If you do want to be in the next super chats and you want to be ahead of the list, go through to the next super chat that is already up on my channel and check the date when it's going live next. Pay for your super chat how you feel fit. You can also go through to my website and find all the links for the super chat. I'll try and put them in the chat box on the next video. So it can be via YouTube. Put your name up, put your question. First and best dressed. If somebody has paid it through PayPal or credit card via my website, I will already have the first and best dressed, and I will give the list to Giggle. Thank you very much, Giggle. Much appreciated. And I will see you all on the other side. Hope to see you next week.